Y'all are gonna have to forget the chunky transition for a minute as I try to figure out what the right volume to put the background music is at. Let me know if it's too loud, because like on my phone when I'm trying to like check in on the stream, it sounds way too loud. So like let me know if the background music is too loud or too quiet. I want to figure out how to like have it play louder during the starting soon versus when I'm actually talking, but like I'm not sure how to do that. So we'll figure it out. If it's too loud, let me know. But anyways, hello, welcome to the stream. Who all is joined right now? Martin, it shows his little name in the box. Anthrofiend, my friend, I saw you momentarily. Yeah. Hello, friend. Long time no see. Indeed. Oh, look, my little chat box works. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, I went to dinner with Anthrofiend. Background music sounds fine. Okay, cool. Cause like I know that like my phone was at full volume, so that might have been why it sounded so loud. But I don't know. Cause I can't like hear the music myself, so I have no clue how loud it is. Um, but I'm glad that it sounds fine at the moment. I'll get more tech savvy the longer I stream, hopefully. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna share the stream on Twitter because I need to give myself more promo because I like promo. It helps me. Took me a minute to say words, but it's fine. My neck is all tense. Ugh. But yeah, I went to dinner with Anthrofiend today. We work on a project together on our. We work on a project together. And tonight was a celebratory dinner for the project that we do. Also, if you are wondering, like, if you're a part of my Discord server and you're wondering why the new mascot that I uploaded isn't being used currently, it's because I don't have the rest of the setup done. Like, I finished the frame for the picture, and I have the, like, PNG tuber thing set up. But I don't want to like use the full new designs until all of them are done. So I want to like get all of the frames done. I want to like make the new intro and outro stuff. I want to get like all of it done before I set up a new stream setup, which will be confusing because a lot of my social medias already have like the sailor profile pic now, but it's fine. I'll figure it out. Also, I'm so sorry. I know that like my Friday streams so far have been scheduled to be Dream Daddy, but never are. To be honest, it's because Dream Daddy is not the vibe at the moment. I really need to like take off the stream schedule, and just leave Fridays open for whatever the vibe is. Today will probably just be like a chill chatting moment, unless I get like motivation to do something fancy. But like. Today's just for like story times and talking about random things and creating a chill vibe. I just do not have the energy because today was a very busy day. Ugh, my neck is hurting from wearing my binder too long. Oh, the good news about that though is that I might be getting top surgery this summer. I still have to like figure out the details and get a hold of like my therapist to like get letters and everything written, but like it is definitely a work in progress and I am very happy about it and I'm very excited. But yes, if you do support me monetarily, because yes, I have to give myself some promo, your money will be used to help me save up for top surgery and also like being a person and other things because I'm still small artist. I know I talked about it in my last stream, but I also like have a Ko-fi page now instead of well, like I still have an Etsy for people who don't have Ko-fi, but I do have a Ko-fi page now, and I do want to like transition all of my goods over there so that I'm not giving any more money to Etsy because they take so much money from artists, and it's very unfortunate. I also like mentioned in my Discord server, once more, if you are a part of my Discord server, I mentioned in my Discord server that I really want to set up a Patreon at some point, but I definitely want to have like a bigger following before I set up a Patreon. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a suggestions channel in the Discord server because I really want to have like um like I want to be able to be like, I need suggestions for like blah 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 blah. So I'm adding a suggestions chat to the general category of my Discord server. If you have not joined my Discord server, there is a link for joining, like in the like on. We had a whole thing about it last time I streamed. That it's so much harder to get to on mobile because you have to like go to my profile directly, and then you can find it like on my profile page, and you have to click it a bunch to get the link to work because that's what Anthrofiend had to do. And then like I'm trying to think. But like on desktop, if you have the stream open and you just like scroll under the stream, there's like a Discord link. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube though, I'll include a link to my Discord server in the description, and then you can join my Discord server through the VOD, because I would love to continue building my community. Also, speaking of like money and life things, I'm having a fantastic time with my bank account right now because they acted like my card wasn't active even though I was using it for things prior. And then all of a sudden it was like, you don't have, like, your card doesn't work. Oh, why did you bring me to this page? But so I have been trying to like get in contact with my bank account and be like, hey, what was the reason for this? Because I kind of like need to know like what's going on with my account, because you didn't tell me of any suspicious activity. I did not like freeze my card or anything. I quite literally like I was supposed to get 2 refunds from Etsy for some things that I bought, because obviously Etsy isn't great. They told me that the items could be delivered by today, and they were not, and so I had to cancel some orders and I asked for a refund, and so I was supposed to get refunds back, and then they never deposited. And so like the refunds never deposited, and so I was like, okay, is this like a bank account issue? Like, does my bank not deposit them on certain days or something? But like on Etsy's side and on PayPal's side, it said that the refund had already been deposited to my card, and like all of the information on it was correct, but it wasn't showing up in my bank account. And then when I went to go try and like look at my bank account, it said that my card wasn't active, even though I had been using my card for things, and my bank account never contacted me with my card being inactive. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. What? And so I like, so I sent like a support message to my bank account today to be like, hey, I had 2 refunds. Here are the amounts they're supposed to be. They never got deposited. So after this stream, I need to send them more information about that and be like, hey, give me my money, because I like was supposed to get refunds for these things and you acted like my card didn't work. But it's fine. It's great. Another totally unrelated tangent whatsoever. So I'm currently like obsessing over Sims YouTubers for like no other reason aside from that my boyfriend watches them, because you know I'm fruity like that. But so like my boyfriend watches Sims YouTubers, and he came and visited me for my birthday recently, because my birthday was May 11th, if you did not know. So I am now 20 years old. But so my boyfriend came and visited for my birthday and like stayed with me for like a few days, and he like one of his like hyperfixation type of things is The Sims. And so while he was here, so that way we could like watch videos together, we watched Sims YouTubers, very specifically Lil Simsy, who I think that he just thought that I would really like her videos. And don't get me wrong, I definitely did. I really did like her videos. which is why I'm now obsessed with him. But so we watched Little Simsy, and now I'm obsessed, and I like definitely really want to do like Sims builds and stuff during stream at some point because I think that that would be really fun. Also, another tangent. I just realized I haven't drank any water today, so I'm gonna hydrate myself. Actually, I drank some water earlier, but like maybe 2 ounces. So sorry for the gross noise. But so when he was visiting, we watched Little Simsy, and I am now obsessed with like Sims build stuff, but I do not play Sims enough to like have any of the packs. I don't really have any mods. He showed me how to build mods, and then this weekend we are going to make a date night out of trying to learn how to build custom content together, which I'm really excited for because I think it'll be a lot of fun. But he has like almost all of the expansion packs and a bunch of stuff, and so he said that I could use his like EA account to build like models and stuff during stream, which I'm really like for my videos and stuff, which I'm really excited for. So we'll probably have to play Sims at some point if my computer can handle it. Because once more, my computer is an old lady. I do think I want to look into seeing how well I could stream on my tablet, because I feel like in theory I should be able to connect my tablet to my laptop, and then from there I should be able to like project my tablet screen or something onto my stream. I don't know. I feel like that should work. If it does or not, I'm not sure, but I feel like it should. I love when my friends get me into new weird obsessions. I'm now watching fandoms of Sonic games constantly. That's fair. That's fair. One of my boyfriend's friends, Fragile Queerture, they're usually here for the stream. They're pretty popular in the chat sometimes and like show up a lot. Because they're very sweet and very supportive. Also, high key, don't mind me changing the chat box like during the stream because I want it to look different. Oh no. How do I get it to look the way I want it to? I don't want it to be like square shaped. It's fine. We'll deal with it for now. I'll deal with it later. Can I like move it? Oh, Streamlabs is difficult. Oh, but so Fragile Queerture is usually here during the streams. Martin has definitely seen them in chat before because they've definitely been here at the same time. But Fragile Queerture is like also in my Discord server and everything, and they're very sweet and they're like very active in my fun little streaming community. But so Fragile Queerture like made a Sonic Sona for my boyfriend, and so of course I had to make a Sonic Sona because who would I be if I didn't? I used a pit crew to make it, because I found the exact same pit crew that my boyfriend used, that like Fragile Queerture and my boyfriend used to make the Sonic Sona. So let me see if I can find them here. They are. And there's like the artist tag is in the corner. Let me open it up and I can share this funky little thing with you all if I can like get my browser open without killing my computer. For some reason, like that's one of the reasons why I really like want to save up my money specifically for streaming stuff. Especially if I can like get money from streaming, is because then I can justify getting like an actual desktop setup and like getting like proper equipment and everything. Okay, let's see this one. Right, this is what I need. There it is. So this is the Sonic Sona that I made. You can see the little like artist tag in the corner for this person's pit crew. That's the fun little Sonic Sona that I made. Also, if you're curious, no, I have never like once in my life watched Sonic or like been a part of the fan. Well, okay, actually, um, so when I was like really little, I watched that version of Sonic that's like trending on TikTok right now. Like the one where it's like Sonic and I think it's Amy and there's like a green one and they're all like siblings or something. It might not be Amy. That's like his sister or whatever, but like there's three of them. There's three of them and they're trying to find their mom and like the opening is a banger and it's trending on TikTok right now. And I have no idea if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but like that was the version of Sonic that I watched and I got into. I know nothing else about Sonic outside of that TV show, and I don't even remember that TV show. I'm so sorry that you all have to hear the awful sounds of my water bottle. But, like, I am very intrigued by the live-action movies. I mainly want to watch them just for Knuckles, because I've seen Knuckles in the clips, and I'm very intrigued by him. I think I would really only watch it for him. But I keep getting Sonic Underground. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're all just siblings. I watched that constantly when I was younger. It gets dark. That's fair. That's fair. I remember watching, like, I remember very vague parts of it from my childhood because it was so long ago that I watched it because I was like, it was when I was still seeing my dad, like some family drama for you all who don't know intimate details about my life, but I don't see either of my parents anymore. But, like, I stopped seeing my dad, like, really early on, like, middle school age. And so, like, before middle school, a cyborg baby smashes on the ground and dies. And that, oh, interesting. That's intriguing. Yeah, no, I watched that show. And, I remember very vague bits and pieces of it. Because it was, like, before I was even in middle school that I watched it with, like, my siblings and stuff at my dad's house. And it wasn't even like we watched it on TV. We watched it on like DVD and stuff because the TV that was in my sibling and I's room did not have like cable or anything. It had to be DVD or VHS. So like we only watched it from the DVD, so I guarantee you I never saw the full show. But I remember very explicitly like a weird love thing that Amy had going on in that show, and like the guy that she was into was like this weird yellow character who like turned out to be a really bad person. Let me actually see if I can find what I'm talking about, because I feel crazy trying to explain it. Or maybe it wasn't Sonic Underground. I thought it was, but it might not be, but I think it is. I'm decently sure. Is it Amy? No, actually, the pink one in there, like the pink one from their siblings, isn't Amy. Yeah, because she's the like the future queen and like marries Sonic in that show. I watched Sonic Underground and a couple other Sonic cartoons way back when they were. That's fair. That's fair. I wish Sonic Underground was on Netflix. Let me see if I can find yellow evil love interest or whatever. I have no idea if that's gonna make sense at all. Yeah, no. This is not helping me find what I'm looking for. But like, I know that there was I know that there was a yellow character in this show who was evil, but he was a prince. And I don't remember who he was. Because he, like, turned out to be bad or something. But, like, he was a love interest in the show at one point in time. And I thought he was a love interest for Amy, but he might have been a love interest for, like, Sonic's sister. Because Sonic's sister is not Amy. She is pink. Oh, her name is Sonia. Because of course it is. Just Sonic, but the C is an A. Love it. Here, let me like look up the characters and see if I can find the character I'm thinking of. It wasn't Bartleby, I don't think. Because like that's the only like yellow character that I'm seeing. and I really don't think that's who it was. I'm so confused. What am I remembering? Oh my gosh. Yeah, neither of the siblings exist in any other Sonic media that I know of. I also watch a ton of the old Mario cartoon. When it was on Netflix, like goofy stuff. That's fair. God, I haven't watched this show in so long. I don't remember anything about it. I'm trying to see if like oh, there's like a YouTube sequel or something interesting. Interesting. God. Yeah, I don't think it was Bartleby. Was it in Sonic Underground at all? Am I stupid? I very well might just be dumb and it's not in Sonic Underground whatsoever. That is a very plausible choice here. It might have nothing to do with Sonic Underground. It might not be in Sonic Underground. I might just be thinking of an entirely different Sonic cartoon where Amy has a love interest who is a yellow character and they turn out to be evil. That is an option here because I'm not seeing what I'm thinking. Let me Sonic, Amy, oh god, and yellow love interest. I'm so confused. What am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of? I'm so bamboozled right now. Cause like, there's not any character. Was this a fever dream? Did I fever dream a character into exist? I might have. I very well might have. That is indeed an option here that I fake remember this character being a part of the series, and I am in fact very incorrect, which would be awful news to me, but very funny news to me after realizing that this character isn't real. God, I could have sworn. If anyone else, please, even if it's on YouTube, if you see my VOD, if you like join the Discords or whatever it is, if you see this video and you hear me and it doesn't sound like I'm just babbling gibberish, and you also remember there being a yellow love interest who turned out to be evil, who like Amy was interested in, please tell me. Please help me find this mystery man. Because I'm so confused about who I'm thinking of. Was it this show? Because this isn't Sonic Underground, and this is Sonic X. It might be Sonic X. It might be in Sonic X. Okay, let me... Sonic X yellow character. Okay... I feel like all of the Sonic media got dark at one point in time. There is another Sonic cartoon where they fight off the apocalypse that's just called Sonic the Hedgehog, but it doesn't have the siblings. I don't know if the siblings were in the one I'm thinking of. I thought they were. I very well could be intensely wrong. It might be Sonic X that I'm thinking of, to be perfectly honest. I'm trying to figure out, though. Because, like, it was a Sonic cartoon, and there were palaces and like some kind of ball that Amy went to. Amy and yellow character. It's not Supersonic, and that's the only character that's popping up is Supersonic, which is like Saiyan version of Sonic where he turns yellow. But like, what am I thinking of? Is Sonic X still on Netflix? Because if it is, then I need to binge watch it. Maybe it was Bartleby. This is his description I found. An aristocratic meek and Sonya's ex-fiance. Bartleby is very haughty and is often counted to paying Robotnik tribute. It might be Bartleby, but Bartleby isn't who I remember it being, is the problem. Is that... Oh no, don't make noise. There we go. Mute. Stop. Netflix is making noise. Okay, there we go. You all might... I'll mute myself. Sonic X is still on Netflix. I might have to binge watch 2 seasons of Sonic X to see if the yellow character I'm thinking of is in it. Because, like, I looked up Bartleby. I found Bartleby on Google, but, like, he's not the character I'm thinking of is the problem. He's not the character that I'm imagining in my head. Because it didn't look like Bartleby. Like, Bartleby is ugly. And don't get me wrong, like, these are, like, there's only so much, like, I don't know. By Sonic character standards, the yellow love interest I'm thinking of was handsome. And, like 10-year-old, 8-year-old me, like, looked at him and was like, oh, this is developing a very unhealthy taste in men here. Which is, in fact, how I developed my unhealthy taste in men, were these TV shows. Because, like, he turned out to be bad. Oh my god. It might be Bartleby. There's a very specific scene that I remember nothing else about, aside from, like, the general frame composition. God, I thought it was Amy, though. I might have gotten confused because Sonia and Amy literally are both pink, and my brain went, cool, they're the same. God. It might be Bartleby. And my brain romanticized what he looked like. I think it's Bartleby. I think I've been proven wrong, and it is, in fact, Bartleby, and I look a little foolish. But I swear there was a... Oh, God, I don't... I wish the show was just on Netflix so I could watch it. Okay, here, I'm gonna read an episode description. Is Bartleby in this episode? That's all I care about. I need to know if Bartleby's in this episode because I need to know. Robotnik, heirlooms. No, this is not what I'm looking for. I am very explicitly looking for, like, a ball episode, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. It might be Bartleby. It very well might be Bartleby. And I'm just empty brain. I don't think it was Bartleby, but it might be. It has to be Bartleby. I also need you to get into the Sonic real-time fandoms now. They make me look so hard. Fair enough. I'm so sorry that I'm obsessing over this so hard. This stream is quite literally just a random whatever pops into my brain stream. So, like, y'all will have to deal with this. If you want a say in what I talk about on my stream, then I guess you better watch me stream. It has to be Bartleby if it happened in Sonic Sonic Underground. It has to be Bartleby. It has to be Bartleby. Maybe it was a flashback sequence where Sonya was still looking at the palace. That's fair. That might be what it is. Yeah. It probably has to be Bartleby. I caused the Sonic tangent. I'm to blame. Yes, Anthrofiend is to blame. Anthrofiend is to blame for this. Listen, if you want to say and what I talk about on my stream, be a part of the stream while it's happening. Follow Anthrofiend's example and be a part of the stream. But yeah. It has to be Bartleby if nothing else. It has to be Bartleby. I don't like that it's Bartleby because I remember the character not looking like him, so it makes me upset. Just a little bit. It makes me a little bit upset, but like, ugh. But it would make sense for it being Bartleby, I guess, because that's like if I am thinking of it being Sonic Underground, then it has to be Bartleby. Um, but I'll have to watch Sonic X at some point to see if it's in that show instead, because I don't think it is. I think it has to be Bartleby, because there are no other characters that pop up when I try to look up like yellow love interest character or whatever for Sonic. So it has to be Bartleby that I'm thinking of, unless there is an episode in Sonic X where Amy... I don't think there are any other Sonic cartoons, though, where they, like, go to balls. It has to be Bartleby, because they explicitly remember it being, like, a ball thing. But yeah, it has to be Bartleby if it's going to be a Sonic X thing. Gonna drink my water. Excuse the horrible sounds. Also, speaking of cartoons, since you recommended it a while back, I found all of the... Yes! Mona the Vampire is so good. Please watch it. God, that was one of my favorite shows. Mona, if you all follow Anthrophine's example, watch Mona the Vampire on Tubi. It is a very, funny, more gothic, supernatural, kids show. The main character is like a little girl who it's like one of those kid shows where they run around and play pretend type of deal. It's like okay, so think of if you watch like TV now, the cartoon Craig of the Creek, which by the way is a beautiful cartoon. It has so much diversity in it, and I really recommend checking it out. Especially if you want to like expose kids to more diversity. Craig of the Creek is an amazing TV show to do it through. Because they have a lot of like gender diversity and like canonically non-binary characters, canonically and like it's about kids, so obviously like sexuality and attraction really isn't a thing in it, aside from like crushes, like cute like puppy dog kid crushes. But like there's these two teens in it that like if you're old enough you can understand that they are very much like two like in a woman love woman relationship. And then also one of the I'm thinking of a different show. But think of like Craig of the Creek where they're like playing pretend, and in the show they play pretend like while they're unsupervised or whatever, and Mona the Vampire is kind of like reminiscent of that. Mona the Vampire is like a way older TV show, but the animation is like really fun. It definitely leans more into like horror for kids and supernatural, like Goosebumps style, but a cartoon. It is a fun little show. But anyways, with the Sonic discussion, I was reminded of another thing that I would love to ramble about for a moment here. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I've been outside way too much today, and my allergies are starting to hit. But so Dragon Ball. The Dragon Ball show. I'm not gonna say anything controversial because Dragon Ball fans can be can be kind of uptight about that show. I personally I don't necessarily feel one way or another about it. I think that there's definitely oh no, I dropped something. I definitely think that there's a lot of like interesting things to like look at in it. There are very specific plot lines that I like to follow. And like I think that it's really cool that like they followed it for as long as they did, because I like TV shows that do that a lot because I think it's really fun. But I definitely there's definitely some good parts of it. The fan base makes it kind of shitty, but like the show itself is like fine. I've watched it before. Horror for kids is one of my favorite genres. I've watched every episode of That's fair. That's very valid. But so the Dragon Ball cartoon series. This is another one of those things where I don't remember when I saw it or what it was. Let me see if I can try and Google it. So if you didn't know, I have a very poor taste in fictional men, like a majority of mentally ill LGBTQ plus people. Very poor taste in fictional men. I do not carry over that taste like in real life because reality and fiction, very big boundary there. Um, but there is an episode in one of the Dragon Ball series. I don't remember which one it is, but I think it might be the first ever Dragon Ball series, but I can't remember. It might be with I don't remember her name, but she like gets with Goku's brother, I guess. I don't know anything about that show. Or she gets with Vegeta, I think. But like I don't remember. But there is an episode in the show, in one of the seasons, in one of them, where one of the antagonists thinks that one of the like female protagonists that's in the group is like really pretty, and so he like shrinks her down into a doll. And like I don't remember what episode it was, and I feel like I sound so stupid trying to talk about it. Oh, is this it? Oh my gosh, did I find it almost immediately? I think I found it almost immediately. All I had to do was look up Dragon Ball girl turned into a doll. Oh, please, what's like the actual... okay, yeah, it's this really like gross, ugly character, and he looks kind of like a frog. He looks kind of like a frog. I hate it here. But he like he turns this character. Let me see if I can find her name, because I have like the villain in front of me. And he's like called. He's called like a doll otaku in the show, and his name is a play on that. Oh, Pan, the character Pan. I don't know what season she's in though. What season is she in? Is she in? So she's in Dragon Ball Z, and she's in Dragon Ball something else. Okay, yeah, she is the granddaughter of Goku. She's like a quarter Saiyan. She appears in like a few different of the shows. But I don't remember what episode this is. Here, let me share my screen so people actually know what I'm talking about. So like, okay, so I never watched Dragon Ball ever in full. Not a single time did I ever watch the show in full. I saw bits and pieces of episodes when they were on Adult Swim. So this is the girl character that I'm talking about, Pan. Like granddaughter of Goku, and she is in one of the seasons of Dragon Ball. My computer's lagging so bad. It's fine. And okay, it's in Dragon Ball Saga, or Black Star Dragon Ball Saga. That's the one that this episode is in. He turns her. He looks like a frog. He looks like a frog. I can't. He is so ugly. Granted, not a lot of the characters in Dragon Ball are attractive. A lot of them are very ugly, in my opinion, because of the way that they're drawn. So they don't really look attractive. I don't know. My personal preference, I suppose. I don't think that they're like attractive in fictional character sense. But this episode, like, to me as a kid watching it and being like, oh, this is interesting. He turns her into a doll and like keeps her in a dollhouse, and like, I have never seen a single episode of Dragon Ball, but I'm riveted right now. Good. I'm glad that you're riveted. I don't know how this episode comes to be a thing. I just know it's a thing because it is one of the only Dragon Ball episodes I ever watched, and it is one of the only ones I actually like remember in like aside from like 2 seconds of it. Because like this was formative for my little brain, and I don't know why, but for some reason this episode of Dragon Ball formed my tastes as an adult vaguely. Because like I think I already had like a weird obsession with like dolls and stuff at that age, but like this just amplified it for some reason to like a different level. But like in this episode, he turns her into a doll, and like the male protagonists have to come and save her, as the damsel in distress trope tends to be. And like his name is Daltaki, and so otaki is like a different word for otaku, and so his name is a play on doll otaku, so they call him Daltaki, so that it's like doll otaku, but a different word for otaku, and then like turned into a different word or whatever, but like Dragon Ball Daltaki. I literally remember this episode, and I don't know why, of all episodes, I remember this one. Because I watched other episodes. Like, this isn't the only episode I saw of Dragon Ball. I've seen other episodes of Dragon Ball, but for some reason, this is the one I remember. Like, this is the one, I guess, that is in my brain. Yeah, no, I genuinely, like, I don't know why it was this show, like, this episode, of all things in that show that I watched, because, like, I've seen other episodes in the show. Like, I've seen the one where they accidentally, like, where the villains accidentally wish Goku into a kid or something. I've seen, like, the one where they, I've seen one where they have to go and get Goku out of the afterlife or something. Like, I've seen other episodes, but it was this one that was formative for my little brain for one reason or another. On the topic of old, like, vintage anime, because Dragon Ball I count as an old vintage anime, because it is an old vintage anime. There were several shows that were produced by the same company and like they did a crossover for them, and every single one of them are so interesting to me because I love the animation style in them, and I love like the plots of them, but only one of them I hyperfixated on. And if you know me, like, in real, like, IRL, like, in real life, or, like, you know me outside of me streaming and stuff, and, like, we talk very frequently, you will hear me mention the show several times, and if you willingly do it, you will hear me, like, info dump about it, because the show is Inuyasha. It's an old anime that's recently kind of getting a revival, because the people who like own the rights to it are making a continuation of the series about the children, because like the original series ends with them and their kids, and I'm gonna try to like not spoil the show as much, because like with it getting a revival, I know that people probably want to go back and like rewatch the actual show, so I'll probably only talk about like the early episodes and everything that like aren't really spoilers. Because it's like information that you get privy to within the first few episodes that like is kind of there the entire series afterwards, and like it's not super spoiler. The revival for Inuyasha is definitely interesting. I want to watch the revival, but I'm really worried that it will make me not like Inuyasha as much, because Inuyasha was one of my first animes, like, ever. And I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so cool. I watched Inuyasha, and I can recite almost, like, I can recite the movies. How have I never heard you talk about it? I'm not sure. I have to, like, get onto a specific topic to be able to, like, tangent into it, but, like, plenty of other people in my friend group have heard me like ramble about it really in depth. Inuyasha is one of my biggest hyperfixations. it is like for a really long time I didn't think it was, because I was like, oh no, I don't have a hyperfixation, it's fine, because like didn't want to accept that I have severe ADHD. Um, but I have a shrine at my house for Inuyasha. Like there is a giant like dresser right next to my bed, and the top of it is all Inuyasha merchandise. I got a Sesshomaru Zine, so I have the Zine, I have the poster that came with it. I have Funko Pops for it. Like when I still lived with my mom, I had several stuffed animals, several Funko Pops. I lost all of them when I moved out, but like I love Inuyasha so much. If you ever need something to get me a gift, like if you ever need inspiration for a gift to get me, Inuyasha, go for it. But anyways, so I can recite a majority of the movies, like their plot lines, the villains, what the characters look like. I can like recite those pretty on point. I can recite a majority of the show as well, mostly because like some of the episodes I've watched like 6 times. Because one of the things that I did when I was first getting into like shows is that I didn't have the focus to like sit down and watch episodes in full. So like I would watch like kissing compilations on YouTube because I was a touch-starved, angsty, weird little kid. And so like middle school like emo phase was also made up of watching like like anime kissing compilations. And like love interest compilations. And then from there I discovered Koga from Inuyasha, which is one of the characters. And Koga will deserve better, will always deserve better. I'm in love with him. He is a fantastic character. I've drawn art of him before, and I want to draw more of him. But so what I would do is I would find the character that I was like interested in the scenes that I liked, and I would just watch those scenes and then skip everything else. And then if it got my interest enough, or I got too confused but I wanted to know the context, like make it better, I would go back and then watch the series. So I watched all of the scenes with Koga first. I like very explicitly looked up the episode that he was in, like watched all of the episodes he was in first, and then went back and like watched the series. And so like I can recite, sorry if you hear some shuffling, I'm trying to get into a comfier setup. But so I can recite so many of the episodes from that series like in depth because I watched it like several times. And I'm still like in the process of rewatching it again for the sake of the revamp, like for the revival of it. But here's my thing with the revival. And this isn't a spoiler because it's some of the information you get immediately out of the revival. So my current problem with the revival and why I'm scared to watch it is that I'm not sure how I feel about the plot. Because the main characters are not the children of the previous main characters. So in Inuyasha you have a group who is the main who act as the main characters. It's Kagome, Inuyasha, Moroku, and Sango. You meet all of them like one by one throughout the series, and then also Shippo. Like the most recently released episode for it finally features Shippo, and everyone was like super excited to have him in the show. But so they're like the main people, and their children are in the show. So like the children of Kagome and Inuyasha are in the show. Sango and Miroku have kids in the show. Like their kids are present, but they're not necessarily like the leading characters. The leading characters are instead the children of a former antagonist from the original series who gets like this morally gray redemption arc. He isn't fully redeemed. He's still like not a good person character-wise. So it's Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru, one of my favorite characters. I love him. He is a fantastic character. And I think that his character growth is really important. And I think that, because, like, I view it as an allegory for racism, to a certain extent. Because a lot of the conflict in the show is spurred by the traditional demon versus human. Humans hate demons because they're feral. Demons hate humans because they're meant to eat them or something or whatever. But, like, Sesshomaru holds a hatred for humans that purely comes out of his own trauma, similar to his brother Inuyasha in the show. So like their hatred for humans purely comes out of like their own experiences of trauma with humans, not necessarily like actually disliking humans. Once more, this information is not really spoiler, because if you watch the revival, you know what I'm talking about. I will include like a timestamp in the YouTube VOD for like me talking about Inuyasha so that like people can skip through it if they need to. But so in the show, Sesshomaru has like several episodes that focus on him, because he becomes like kind of like an on and off main character. He gets more important throughout the show because he's introduced to us as like this awful antagonist. He's like awful to his brother. He's this abusive older sibling trope. He's like really, really hateful towards humans for no other reason aside from like being discriminatory against them, and like and then later on it's like a personal, he was raised to hate them because of certain aspects of his mother's life type of thing. Oh my god, I need more water. But so in the show, Sesshomaru ends up finding a human child. He gets given a sword by his father, like inheritance-wise, and his father gave him the sword explicitly because he knew that Sesshomaru was the more violent of Sesshomaru and Inuyasha. And so he gave Sesshomaru a sword that couldn't hurt people. Or, like, it's a sword that brings people back to life, basically. Like, it banishes the demons of Jigoku, which is, like, hell in Japanese religion and tradition. And it banishes the, like, spirits of Jigoku and, like, saves the person that he, like, slices it with. And in the show, when we meet Koga, his wolves attack a human village. And in that human village is a young human girl named Rin. Rin is, like, mute child. Her parents were killed by criminals. She's, like, the village orphan. She steals food. The village, like, beats her really, really bad. Like, treats her horribly. Because she steals food. And it's, like, feudal Japan was not the best for, like, young women, including, like, children. And so she's, like, horribly treated in this village, and one day wolves attack with Koga's clan. And so Rin gets, like, nearly killed by the wolves. Now, prior to this, Rin was coming in and out of a forest. And Sesshomaru had recently been beaten in battle by Inuyasha and was, like, I don't think he was really resting. I don't know. I don't think the show clarifies it, but I think he was resting. He's just too prideful to, like, show that he's resting, I guess. But so every single day, Rin comes and, like, brings him water and brings him food, and he, like, tries to be mad at her and scare her off, but it doesn't work because she's just, like, happy to, like, have company to an extent. So she brings him, like, water and food every day, and then one day as he's leaving, he finds her, like, basically killed by the wolves. But she's, like, recently dead enough that he uses his sword to save her. And from that point on, she follows him around. Now, in the show, she calls him Master Sesshomaru. It's very much like a servitude type of thing, where she overcomes her muteness, she overcomes her trauma, because she latches onto him as, like, security, and he takes care of her. And he raises her for, like, a good majority of the show. It is very obviously, like, this guardian child type of dynamic, because she is a child. She's, like, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10, 11. Like, she's probably closer to, like, 10, 11, 12 years old. And at the end of the show, he, like, understands that he can't provide for her in the same way that humans can, even though he wants to, like, keep by her and, like, keep taking care of her. She would do a lot better in a human settlement. And so, like, after all of his, like, somewhat redemption, he still doesn't get, like, full redemption. He never gets full redemption. He gives Rin to the human village that Inuyasha and Kagome end the show in. And so she's raised there. Now, I have to prepare you all for my issue with the revival. Because in the revival, the immediate like hook that like was used to get people's attention is that the two main characters, because the two main characters are twins, are Sesshomaru's daughters. Now, everyone got really confused because in the show, like in the trailers for the show, they are marketed as half demons. So that means that Sesshomaru, like, got with a human woman to have these children. But the issue with that is that Sesshomaru has no other he has no love interest in the show. He is never given one. He never shows interest in humans. The one time he shows interest in humans is with Rin because she takes care of him in a way he's not used to. And so he raises her for a good portion of the show. Sesshomaru's children are with Rin, the child that he raised. And I have a lot of problems with that. And I feel like other people do too. Just on a level, because so here's my thing, is that my issue with it is that the show communicates it as this very normal thing. And I think I would feel differently about it if, like, Sesshomaru was shunned for doing it. If, like, there was this level of, like, the other people in the show are mad at him and understand it's wrong. Like, that type of thing. And I don't know if that's an attitude in the show because I haven't watched it and I'm scared to. Because I don't want that part to make me not like Inuyasha. And I'm worried that it will. Because he's not a good partner. He's not a good spouse from what I've seen. Like, he's not a good father. He's not a good partner. Because he's not... Like, his character is not built in the original show to have Rin as a love interest. Especially because as she's, like, 10, like, physically, he's, like, 19, 20, maybe. And, like, by the revival, she's, like, an adult, but he still took part in raising her. He never, like, grew or aged physically, but that doesn't justify it. If someone doesn't have a problem with that, I might have a problem with them. Yikes. Yeah. Like, my issue, I have such a bad issue with it because the show normalizes it so intensely, or, like, to my understanding. I don't know if the actual show, like, fully normalizes it. But, like, it gives me the ick. It definitely gives me the ick a little bit. Because Sesshomaru, like, raises this girl, and then by the time, like, he only comes back when she's an adult, like, to my understanding. It would be kind of even creepier if he, like, visited while she was being raised and, like, took part in raising her and then still had kids with her. But, like, he comes back when she's an adult, has kids with her, and then is, like, an absent spouse type of deal, to my understanding. Once more, I could be very wrong. I genuinely could be wrong in this, but this is my interpretation of it from what I have seen. And it gives me the ick. Like, why couldn't you, like, make a new character to be Sesshomaru's love interest? Like, why couldn't that be a thing? And, like, Rin had other love interest options. There is a character in it named Kohaku, who is the younger brother of one of the main characters. And Rin and Kohaku have, like, genuinely meaningful interactions. They're in each other's age range. And for the sake of the show, I think that they should have, at minimum, ended up, like, in some capacity, friends. Because they have, like, genuine moments of interaction in the show. In the original show. And I'm also going to take some pain meds real quick, so don't mind some awkward sounds for a minute. The stream you're listening to takes pills ASMR. Okay. But so... Sorry, I have things that I need to make sure I'm not missing anything important on. But so that's just my fear of watching the show, is that like that one part is gonna make me uncomfy, because he's the parents of the main characters. So that has to be a huge part of the show. Like, their relationship is a thing that has to be addressed because the main characters are his kids. And like, I have my own feelings about like fiction and the boundaries between fiction and reality and like morals. Like, I have my views about that, which like aren't something to get into, but because that's like a whole other set of tangent. But like, I don't like that the show normalizes it. I'm okay with shows having like problematic content in them as long as it's handled properly. And by properly, I mean like when it's a morally deplorable action, you have to communicate that it is morally deplorable. You can't leave it up to the audience to know that it's wrong, because you have to communicate that it's wrong to like continue to show that it's hard to explain, but it's a psychology thing or whatever. But like, but that's my problem with the show, is that I feel like it's normalized where I'm really scared that it is. So like, I kind of don't want to watch it because I'm scared. But like, the original show is really good. I do recommend watching the original show. Anthrofiend, I don't know how big you are into like the anime scene, but I definitely think you should consider checking it out. It definitely has like romance elements and like that type of stuff, but there are some really like genuinely good like horror designs in it, or like monster designs specifically are really cool. Like the yokai and the demons and the spirits. I think that you would really like the designs in the show of the monsters specifically. And also, of course, I have to spread the content. Morally gray and problematic elements in shows can make for really interesting storytelling. Normalizing it and presenting it as fine is just icky. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Is that like, when you, because like, conversation should be facilitated about things, and I am not one to tell people what they can and cannot show in media. But you can't present it as unharmful, in my opinion. Yes, you can include it in media and include it in things, but I get a little uncomfy when it gets like, when it's turned into a thing of like, oh no, but it's okay, or like the media that it's held in treats it as normal. That's where I get icked out by it, because like, facilitating conversation about things and portraying things is fine. Like, including those things in storylines, it's fine, even if they don't have happy endings, even if they don't change, like, whatever. Like, creative interpretation, go ham. But it's an issue when you, like, paint this picture of it being okay. I love that this is the second stream in a row where we got onto a serious topic. The last one also got onto a serious topic, but it's fine. But yeah. Oh, my head is empty. But no, Inuyasha, like the original show, is a good show. I'm not super into anime right now, but I've been going to Anime Club lately and finding some super interesting things that way. Yeah, there are definitely some really interesting horror animes that I think are really cool. But I do recommend that if there are people interested in like, not necessarily like historical fantasy, like time traveling fantasy. It's definitely not a series with like a whole lot of like fantasy elements, because it does take place like modern Japan, feudal Japan, like that type of thing. But it's really cool. It's a good show, and I definitely recommend it to people who are interested in like Japanese culture and yokai and time travel stuff. This is reminding me of another show. Oh god, I have to hunt for it again, because I remember it. I had a flashback to it recently. There is a show with like this portal element to it. Anime with red hair, castle, and sky portal? Question mark. This is gonna be so hard to find. This is gonna be so difficult to find because I don't remember. I have no clue what to look up to find it. Oh god, this is gonna be so hard to find. How do I look this up? Anime with castle, sky, reflection, in puddle. There is a anime series, and obviously I'm gonna get the wrong thing every time I look it up because the only thing I know about it is like castle in the sky concept, and it's not the Studio Ghibli thing. It's not that. Oh god, what is it? I'm like looking up random words at this point to try and get the right thing because I'm not gonna find it because it's so old. But there is an anime series that I watched all of Hellsing right before spring break, which was an excellent horror. No, that's fair. That's fair. Oh god, why can't I find it? Oh, this is gonna bother me. Okay. You're gonna have to like forgive me for a second because I have to look up anime AMVs for a minute here and see if I can like spot it because I discovered it through an AMV. But like, oh god, why don't I remember anything else about it? Oh, there are thoughts in my head and I can't. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, anime, red hair, man with blonde female love interest. I don't know what it is. Oh no. Oh no. Like the concept of it is that there's like magic and like in the sky, like there is a other dimension connected to ours in the sky where there's like palaces and an entire world that's like in the sky. Oh no. Anime Kingdom in the sky. Red hair, protagonist. I can't. Why can't I find it? Oh, this is gonna bother me so much. Streamer aggressively tries to remove parts of shows he's forgotten ASMR. Yes, that is quite literally what this is because oh no, why is there nothing for it? Why doesn't it exist on Google? You know what I'm looking for, Google. I know you do. Even if it doesn't, it does. I know it does. I need it to show me what I'm looking for. It was a series where, like, the opening is a girl looking in a puddle. Anime opening, girl looks in puddle, sees cloud, castle. I know it's a show. I know it's an anime. Please. I know it's real. I know that it's real. I feel so stupid. I know that it's real. I just don't know how to find it. Oh no. I know it's in here somewhere. It has to be on Google somewhere. I'm so personally upset by this. Oh, I'm trying to remember it. Romance, anime, old? Not fantasy, I don't think. Clouds, reflection, dimension, magic. It's showing me other animes that I know, but it's not showing me the one I need. What else do I look up? How else do I find this? I don't think there's another way for me to find this, to be frank with you. Why can't I... Here, I need to see if Anime Planet has the thing I'm looking for, because they have, like, a character browsing thing, so I need to see if I can find the character I'm looking for. It's gonna take me a really long time to find him, even if I can, but I feel like I've seen him on here before. Okay, so we're looking for male, we're looking for red hair, and I I think yellow eyes. And he has like slit pupils or something. Okay, there are only so many characters with these tags. Please be here. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you so hard. Please. No, he's not here. He's not here. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have yellow eyes. Maybe he has orange eyes. Is he here? Please show him to me. Please show him to me. I will cry so hard. Okay, let's get rid of eye color. Let's get rid of eye color and let's just look at. Oh, this is gonna take way too long. Oh no, that's 106 pages. I'm not doing that. Roll. Okay, he's the main character. Let's see if that helps. Give me alphabetical. The thing is that I don't even remember what his name is. I don't think there's a manga for it. Okay, now we're just kind of scrolling through Anime Planet trying to find this obscure random anime character. I'm doing great, guys. I know, like, he has, like, slit pupils, like, long-ish hair, I think. Like, maybe, like, orange skin or something. I only remember what the guy looks like. I have, like, the girl is, like, blonde, I think. I could be very wrong. He has red hair, right? I thought he had red hair. Maybe he has orange hair, and I'm once again stupid. That's an option. But I could have sworn he had red hair. So I'm trying to see if I can find him. Why is this so hard? I'm sure that the people watching this VOD are having so much fun with this right now. I'm sure this is so entertaining. I'm sure that this is great to witness me struggle through. Please laugh at my pain. Make it worth it. In my honor. Make it worth it. Good. I'm honestly very invested right now. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're invested. I'm glad this isn't too chaotic. Oh God. Does he not have red hair? I'm not done looking through all of the pages yet, but like, I'm a little concerned he doesn't have red hair and now I look extra stupid. Here's the thing. With Inuyasha, I have no problem. I can recite what characters look like. I can't now. I do know that character, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Like, I know these characters that it's showing me, or I know some of them, but they're not the ones that they're not the one I'm trying to find. So I'm like, okay, oh, is this him? Is this him? I think I found him. I think I found him. I think I found it. I think I found the anime. I think I found it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I found it. I found it. My hard work has paid off. I have to show you all now. I have to show you all the fruits of my labor. Oh my gosh, I found it. I'm so happy. It's called Munto, which is the name of the main character. Don't know what it was about animes at that time, with making the series the name of the main male character. She's not blonde, she's brunette, but it's fine. This show, I don't think I ever watched past like the first or second episode. But good God, did it immediately inspire me on like Portal. This show inspired my first manuscript. And I never even finished watching it. But this show is what inspired it. Because I remembered it randomly that it exists. How long is it? What is it? What even is the show? It came out 2 years after I was born. And there's Munto 2. Oh, is this like a movie series? Does it not? It's 2 episodes. It is a 2 episode OVA production with Munto 2, which is... Oh, what is it? Is it a movie? Is it a movie or is it like a show? I'm so confused. Oh, it's a movie. It's like a 58-minute movie. Okay, what's this? Oh, this is a director's cut. Okay, this is a director's cut of the climactic scenes with new footage. It's the finale to Munto. Then what is this? Does this take place in between? It doesn't have anything for it. These might be the same thing, just English name versus Japanese name. Yes, thank you, Anthrofiend. I am also very happy that I found it and my hard work paid off. This is the show I was talking about. I knew he had red hair and slit pupils, and I'm very proud of myself for remembering that much. Like the style of the animation is obviously like very reminiscent of old anime. Is there an opening for it that I can share? Okay, I'm gonna try and play this. Maybe without sound. Just because I'm scared of copyright and I have no idea if like the audio for this is a copyrighted audio. No, pause. Rude. How do I tell if a video is copyrighted? Give me a second. I need to find out. I need to tell if a video is copyrighted so I know if I can play it. How to tell if a video is copyrighted on YouTube. Well, like, how do I check if a video that's not mine is copyrighted? That is not mine is copyrighted. How do I tell that? Oh, I'm worried. I'm scared that this is copyrighted. Oh no. Give me a second. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen just so I can like try and figure this out, because I want to play it so bad and I want to play the audio. But I literally have no clue how to tell if it's copyrighted or not. So like, give me a minute. I'm gonna mute myself while I listen to a video tutorial. Okay, we're gonna shoot for it and see what happens. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna play the sound for it. Let me know if you can actually hear the sound for it, though. I will most likely talk over it now and then, maybe, because I've seen people do that to like try and prevent copyright by like talking over the sound, so that way it's not like as detectable, I guess, or whatever. But I don't think it's copyrighted. I have no idea how to check, but okay. Let me know if you can actually hear it, though. Okay, I'm gonna pause it there. Let me know if you can hear it, so that way I can like actually gauge if it's audible. I'm gonna wait a minute because my stream lags. So I'm gonna give a minute for Anthrofiend to be able to say that they can hear it. Cause like you might be able to. I have no clue. I'm gonna mute myself and see if I can. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna watch it then. We're gonna see what happens. Let's start it over from the beginning. Let's full screen it, and this is the. It has like sort of like a forbidden love feel that Inuyasha has, where it's like people of two different dimensions type of deal. But that was the thing I was hunting for. This has been a very fun stream that has very much had a theme of seeking things. So that's been fun. Alright. Unfortunately, it looks like I will have to end the stream now, though. It is late, and I do need to go to bed very soon because I have to be up early tomorrow morning. But I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone who gets to watch the VOD and who got to be here for the stream enjoys. Thank you all so much for listening to my horrible ramblings. If you want to join my Discord server, I will leave a link for it in the VOD description. It should also be like through my Twitch account. I will also leave a link to Anthrophene's YouTube account in my YouTube description. They do like horror commentary, but also like music stuff and interviews, and they have some really cool stuff on their account if you'd like to check that stuff out. I also, in my Discord server, I also gave them a shout out, so they have like I have their YouTube link in my Discord server as well. Thank you, you too. I appreciate it. I'm glad it was fun. But I'm going to go ahead and head out, of course. But I'm gonna go ahead and head out and get some rest. Everyone else get some rest too. Thank you so much for joining if you were able to join, and thank you for watching if you watched the VOD. Have a good night, and join my Discord server, or don't. You know what? If you recognize the things that I talked about, please validate that I'm not crazy. And that I am not a seldom population that knows what those things are, and that they're not super obscure. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.